Although I didn't know it at first, my love of teaching started with my mom. My mom was a principal, and growing up, I saw her create, lead, inspire, and problem solve. I never pictured myself doing it, but she was my role model. During high school, she convinced me to apply to Galileo Science Camp to get something on my resume. I complied because mom knows best. I spent 2 incredible summers working with kids who loved science. I was in heaven. I ended up majoring in biology at UC Santa Cruz. Go Slugs! With this major, I contemplated various career paths, research, physical therapy, but every time I started getting serious, I kept thinking back to those summers at Galileo. The smiling kids, the laughs, the constant overwhelming energy of the campers. Then it hit me. Can I actually combine the 2 loves of my life, science and teaching? The answer was yes. I started getting involved in nonprofits around Santa Cruz. I interned for Sprout Up, environmental education for the next generation, where I taught 1st and 2nd graders environmental science through exploration. I was a field trip leader at Life Lab Science Program, where I explored the UCSC farm with classes from all over the Bay Area. We taught the students about organic farming and the wonders of soil. We would also harvest vegetables to cook soup and make apple cider on the farm. I did my senior internship with Life Lab working for their first ever Garden Corps program. I helped maintain school gardens in the Pajaro Valley School District. I led an after-school garden class for 3rd graders at Starbett Elementary and learned how to implement school gardens into a classroom curriculum. The summer after graduation, I worked at Camp Galileo as a science instructor. Week after week, campers would amaze me with their problem-solving skills and perseverance. Even when their sailboat would sink or their bow and arrows snapped in half, they refused to give up. That September, I decided to buy a one-way ticket to Prague, Czech Republic, and taught English there for the next school year. Becoming immersed in a new culture made me a more passionate, understanding person. This experience solidified my love for teaching. I want to teach upper elementary, 3rd through 5th grade, because kids bring so much light into the world. I learn from kids as much as they learn from me. They are creative, imaginative, and full of energy. They aren't afraid to think out of the box and explore the unknown. My teaching personality is student-oriented. I want to give my students more control over their learning. I want my students to express themselves, have a voice in what they learn, and feel like they are part of a community. I want to use STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math as a tool to develop creative and innovative mindsets that they will take with them for the rest of their lives. Looking back to my summers at Galileo, I want to bring that excitement of camp into my classroom with hands-on learning, trial and error, and meaningful projects. I want to teach my students how to be excellent group members and stellar independent learners. I want my students to have unique, memorable experiences that they will look back on and be like, remember that? 5 years down the line, I see myself continuing to be the best teacher I can be. 10 years? Well, that goes back to my mom. Full circle. I want to be a principal. With years of teaching experience, possibly at several schools working with many different people, I believe that I will have a solid vision for what I want my school to be. Hopefully, 10 years down the line, I will have had plenty of opportunities to practice my leadership skills. I'm a very silly, fun-loving person, and no matter where life takes me in the future, I want to make sure I'm still true to who I am above all else. Thank you for listening.